Hey guys, today I wanted to show you how to make a really spectacular lemon poppy seed scone recipe. This is one of my favorite little breakfast treats to serve for a Sunday brunch, or it would also be really great for Mother's Day, which is coming up. They're also pretty simple to put together, and in fact, all of the prep work can be done the day before, and then all you have to do is bake them off the day of. And your guests will be treated to the most delicious freshly baked scones, and your kitchen will be nice and clean. Let me show you how to put it together. So you're first going to begin by adding 2 cups of all-purpose flour in a large bowl. To that you're going to add a 1/4 cup of white sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of poppy seeds, and 1 tablespoon of freshly grated lemon zest. Then you can just whisk that all up, and then you're going to add 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter that has been diced. And then working the flour into the butter with your hands, you're just gonna combine that until you get kind of like a coarse meal. And then in a small Pyrex pitcher, you're gonna add 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1 egg, and 3/4 teaspoon of pure lemon extract. I do like to add the extract in this case just to punch up that lemon flavor a little bit. Then you can stir that mixture up and then go back to your dry ingredients and create like a little well in the center. And then you're gonna pour the cream mixture in the well. And then after you pour that cream mixture into your bowl, just set it on the side, because chances are it'll leave about 1/2 teaspoon left at the end of that Pyrex pitcher. We're gonna save that because we're gonna use that to brush our scones after it's done. It's like the perfect mixture of cream, egg, and a little bit of extract. So just hold on to that. Don't put that in the dishwasher quite yet. And then just using a fork, you're gonna stir that dough up until it starts to stick together. And once all of the liquid and the dry ingredients are incorporated, you can go in with your floured hands and just kind of shape it into a ball, transfer it to a floured surface. And then here are a few tips for you. You really want to make sure that you take a rolling pin that has a good amount of flour on it and just roll out this dough so that you don't have any cracks in it. And then you're going to shore it up with a chef's knife until you get a nice square. Then you're gonna cut the square in half and then take your knife and kind of square up that rectangle and cut that into squares. And then take your knife again and square up those smaller squares to then cut into triangles. So I guess the tip and the point being is you just wanna make sure that every step of the way, you're kind of using that knife to shape into nice true squares so that you'll get a nice clean triangle. And if your knife is sticking, you can just put a little flour on that to help. And then once you have your triangles, you're gonna transfer to a baking sheet that's been lined with parchment paper. Then we're gonna go back to our little Pyrex pitcher that we set aside, and we're gonna take a pastry brush, and then just brush your scones with this excess cream mixture. And you'll have enough if you kind of do one side of the brush on one scone, and then flip the other side of the brush and do the other side. And if you run out, you can pour a little bit of heavy cream back in your pitcher, but this is just a good way to sort of use up some excess ingredients. And then you're gonna sprinkle a little turbinado sugar on top just to give it a nice crunch. And then at this stage, you can do 2 things. You can either put this tray in your fridge if you're going to serve these the following day, they'll be fine just like that. Or if you wanna serve them right away, go ahead and pop in your freezer for 5 minutes. Either way, you just want that dough to kind of firm up before it hits the hot oven. That will prevent that butter from melting too quickly and your scones from getting too misshapen. Then you're gonna bake at 400 degrees for anywhere from 12 to 13 minutes, just until the scones are puffed up and golden brown. And then you can go ahead and pile them on a cake stand and serve right away. These scones are best served nice and warm. And when you pull these scones apart, you'll see how light and tender that texture is. And then I like to serve these with a little bit of raspberry jam, which is quite a nice flavor combination with the lemon. And unfortunately, here in the States, we cannot get clotted cream, but if you lived in the UK, I bet that would be another great thing to dollop on top. Any of you from the UK, can you tell me, how do you make clotted cream? Is that something I could actually make here? I'm not actually sure what's in it. I've had it when I've been over there and it is so delicious. I would love to be able to get it here. I hope you guys give these a try and let me know what you think. Subscribe for more quick and easy recipes, and I will see you back here next week with another one. Until then, bye.